Well, that was pretty quick. We already got Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, and with it, 8 new tracks for us to play with, and even 1 new old character, Birdo! And you can get it in many colors too, yay! Anyways, today we're gonna check out every single new tracks, and we're gonna explore them and check out the hidden details. If you like this series, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and let's just jump into it. Welcome to the Netherlands, and more precisely, welcome to Amsterdam. Obviously, being a Mario Kart Tour track, you're going to see a bunch of real-life places. Starting off with the Royal Palace of Amsterdam, which is just beautiful. If you're interested in science, well, you'll be happy to know you'll drive real close to the Nemo Science Museum, which is sadly not open today, but that's okay, as we can drive through the Idge Tunnel or just glide over the river. And since this is Mario Kart, we can also simply drive underwater. But I probably wouldn't try this if you're actually driving in Amsterdam right now. See those two beautiful windmills in the back? Well, they're the Het John Shop and the De Zoiker Mills. That's pretty cool, eh? The Amsterdam Central Station is also part of your tour throughout the city, and so is the Montelbaanstoren, a tower on the bank of the Oudechans Canal. Before we end our tour, we will drive through the Rijksmuseum, which is the National Museum of the Netherlands dedicated to Dutch arts and history. Oh, and by the way, sorry if I completely massacred those landmark names. I don't speak Dutch, okay? I'm trying my best. Next up, we have Riverside Park from Mario Kart Super Circuit. Being from the GBA game, this one is actually quite simple in design and doesn't feature that many obstacles. The layout of the map has been changed a little bit, with this top left turn that has been completely eliminated, and this part over there where a wooden bridge was added. Speaking of additions, this cave area is completely new and ends up with a jump through a big waterfall, which is actually pretty cool looking. Although I would have seen a glider part there, I don't know why there isn't. A bunch of piranha plants have been added throughout the track, and they just like tiptoe their way through the track, which is super funny looking. This track also introduces the red parrot bird standing above the track and looking down at you. He kinda looks like Iago from Aladdin. DKs Summit is back, and it brought back everything we loved about the Wii Classic and made it even better. You'll still get to experience all of the jumps you can trick on, as well as the snow bumps and the famous half pipe at the end. The track still begins with the DK cannon that shoots you to the top of the mountain and features a beautiful statue of Donkey Kong on a snowboard. The Wii version typically showed your Mii or Mario, so having Donkey Kong makes way more sense to me. There's a bunch of shy guys on snowboards going up the mountain and tricking off the half pipe at the end, so be on the lookout for that. And finally, a big Jumbotron screen was added near the finish line, broadcasting your impressive racing skills. Oh, and look, if we just move like right about there, okay, perfect. And now we look at the Jumbotron, we can see the Jumbotron in the Jumbotron. Jumbotronception! Well, there we go. If you haven't bought the Booster Course Pack yet and were waiting for a track worth your hard-earned money, this is it. Yoshis Island. This brand new exclusive track is filled to the brim with details from the SNES Classic. And if you've played it, you'll be thrilled by the nostalgia rush you're about to receive. First off, when you start the race, you'll hear the classic intro from the SNES game. Oh, and when you finish the track, the song will also be replaced by the one you heard in the game. This just makes me want a Yoshi's Island remake on Switch. And you know what? Yoshi's Island wouldn't be complete without my boy Poochie. And luckily for us, he's standing on top of Yoshi's mailbox, just vibing to the epic track music. There are going to be lots of obstacles like those shy guys on stilts moving left and right, trying to troll you, and there's also everybody's favorite chubby birds, the Uffin Puffin, walking on the track peacefully, and if you look in the background you can see those shy guys that are using flowers as hair in the original game. Yes, they're back! The track is also filled with hidden details, such as the chain chumps in the background, the crystal caves, those flying goonies, the Yoshi coins instead of normal coins, and last but not least, the big blue dude that's on the cover of the freaking game. I think his name is Nep Enot, if I remember correctly. Anyways, close to the finish line, you'll be able to see a wonderful picture of Yoshi and Baby Mario in the classic art style of the game, and there's even a flower circle you can go through, just like the original game. But in order to get up there, you'll have to unlock the secret area by hitting this question mark bubble floating in the sky. It is not actually easy to hit it, but it's definitely worth your while, as you'll be driving on the red platforms and will be able to gain some speed and do a trick at the end. This track is pure fun and it's definitely my favorite one so far. Hey, we're in Thailand now, more precisely in the capital city, Bangkok. Obviously, we're about to see some very cool landmarks and locations, starting off with the Wat Arun Buddhist temple that is visible in the background right at the beginning. We'll also be tricking on some rowboats to travel across the Khao Phraya River to then see the Democracy Monument right over there. You'll be able to explore the Mae Klong Railway Market, which is a market full of fruits and things to buy, but that is located right next to a railway. Woof, that's a bit stressful to think of, but we can just drive on top of the shops if we want to. This market ain't gonna be the only one you'll be exploring, as the train night market Ratchada is also on the track and you can bounce on top of it. If you want to visit it though, you'll be thrilled to see the menu and all of the foods you can experience. Neat. There's also a big tower in the background, and it's actually the King Power Manahakon Tower, and as you can see, it kinda looks pixelated, but that's because it's actually the way it looks in real life. That's some really cool architecture. The final lap will lead you through a parking garage, and once you're up there, you'll see 3 cars parked, and look at their license plates. 6069! Funny number! If parking isn't your thing and you prefer public transit, well, here's the BTS SkyTrain. And no, it has nothing to do with this BTS. It actually stands for Bangkok Transit System. Remember that Kung Fu Lakitu poster present in the Ribbon Road track? Well, you'll be happy to know that a sequel is coming out soon called Kung Fu Master Lakitu. Dang, this one's gonna be sick! There's a couple more statues you'll get to see as you drive your way to the end, and yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna drink a bit with those 2 shy guys, and I'll see you in the next track. Hey, yet another Mario circuit has been added to the track list, and this one's actually kinda cool. DS Mario Circuit is pretty faithful to the original one, despite a few changes here and there, but the biggest change is the addition of this forest part right after you exit the pipe tunnel. It's basically just a change of scenery, but I do feel like it adds a bit of life to the track by doing so. There is now a Wiggler that is sleeping on the side of the road during the first lap, but eventually it will wake up and will become an obstacle before going back to the forest, only to never be seen again. Bye-bye, Wiggler. Princess Peach's castle is still there and as beautiful as it always is. And yeah, that's about it really. Oh, wait, there's now a sign displaying the teams competing in this Mario Kart tournament. I love how some teams have better names, like the Mario Super Motor Team, the Luigi Gusters, the Toad Mushroom Powered, or the Yoshi Runners, while some other teams just use the character name, like Princess Peach, Lord Bowser, and King Donkey Kong? Wait, he's a king? Well, you know what? I didn't know I missed Waluigi Stadium from Double Dash, but now that it's here in glorious HD, I actually realized that it was one of my favorite tracks ever. This track has received one heck of a makeover and is just looking fantastic. A bunch of cool details have been added to the track, like those red and black tires all over the place, And those metallic plants that come out of those pipes are now super dirty, probably because they're getting splashed with mud as our racer moves through the track. There's a new section of ramps that have been added and that we can jump on, and they're full of anti-gravity bumpers to give you some free speed, which is always welcomed. The stadium is huge and filled with spectators cheering for you, and once again, there's a big jumbotron screen which not only shows your screen, but also displays the current teams competing, just like in Mario Circuit. Last but not least, this wave introduces us to the beauty of Singapore. From the Art Science Museum to the Marina Bay Sands, you'll be going through a lot of beautiful places from this country. First off, there's this big, beautiful park, which is actually called Gardens by the Bay. And after driving through it, you'll cross the Helix Bridge, which is so cool looking. As I mentioned, the Marina Bay Sands is part of your tour, and man oh man, is this a cool looking resort. Like, it's 3 towers with a giant skyway connecting them all together. Truly spectacular. You'll be flying on top of it, which gives you one heck of a view, but you can also just relax in this infinity pool like this Goomba over there is doing. If you're wondering what this cool looking street is, well, it's none other than Chinatown, and it just feels amazing to breeze through it at night time. I use Google Lens Translate features, and this sign actually reads Chinatown. So yeah, that's a fun fact, I guess. You'll be gliding real close to the Merlion Park and its cool looking fountain. And there's also a soccer field you can drive on, but there are no goals or balls to play with. So that's a bit disappointing. Throughout the race, you'll notice that there's a big blimp floating in the background with the words Mario Kart printed on it. The original blimp used to say Mario Kart Tour, so they actually purchased a brand new blimp for this remake. Man, they are spending so much money. Well, that was it. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see the hidden details in Wave 1, 2, and 3, well, tap the cards on screen right now or check out the link in the description. Alright, bye!